Okay, Kia. Okay, Kia. Well, Kia, you have been told, and I am going to be specific about what you're doing, and not specific in others, but specific in some areas. You have really, I mean, you have been getting yourselves involved with corruption. What I mean by that is you have been stealing someone's money. And what I mean by stealing someone's money, you have literally stolen funds and stolen actual, you know, funds from other people that you have yourself trusted, that they've trusted you to pay money for you, yet you stole more money than they could give you, really. And I know who it is that you stole money from, but I know you stole money somehow, Kia. Not only did you do that, you kept some of it for yourselves and made the staff's lives miserable. You have made their lives miserable by teaching that you have been basically you know kind of making them, you've been giving them, I don't know how to say it, but you've been giving them wages less, you were giving them less than minimum wage for the staff, for your employees, Okia. You've been giving less than minimum wage for your employees than the legal wage than they should have for your you've been giving less of a wage for your employees than they should really get. So really, I mean, basically, your funds are insufficient, and you're stealing money, and your wages are too low. So you really are a greedy person, Kia. And not only that, you're trying to stay alive by doing illegal stuff. You should have been gone some time ago when you didn't have sufficient funds. You have insufficient funds, yet you have stolen money just to get sufficient funds. We could have done this another way. You could have had people donate to you, yet you stole money instead. And you've said some pretty racist things in your car's logos. Not logo, but the name of the car is basically kind of racist. Like K900 is example. Soul is another one that kind of has a racist slang on it. The way you've advertised it. What else? Rio for, poor Rio, Sorrento, and all that and all that crazy stuff. All the other stuff, but I mean, Hyundai, you're not under this. Hyundai, you're not immune either. So, other things you're doing are detrimental to your employees. I would say what your employees are basically, what your employees are really thinking of their job. The designers are thinking that it's from happiness to joy, from 1 to 10, from 10 being the best and 1 being the lowest. It's a 3 out of 10. And your people that do the mechanics and they're fixing the car, many of them are being laid off because you're just doing cheap work. And that's 1 out of 10 because they're afraid that you might destroy their lives, like mentally and possibly physically. Kia, you've been hiding this under a mask for too long. And I don't know. It's like, do I really want to say this in front of the whole world? This is like, you should be glad. that it takes people of faith like me to understand what you're doing, just so you don't get caught later on by some sort of, you know, person that is not as kind as I am. A person that literally is going to destroy you in the end. They should give you another, they should give the company another person, and maybe they'll just, you know, not be, they'll have insufficient funds, and then they won't be a Kia company anymore because you went from low, not selling much, to high, to not selling much either. You've stayed for a long time and you haven't sold that much. In America, in Japan, in South Korea, China, you haven't really sold that many cars. Hyundai has. They're not as bad as you are. And Genesis, they're just as bad as you are. If you have a cheap car, you have no excuse. Genesis has an excuse. So really, I mean, Kia, how have you been advertising these things? You know, I don't think you've been advertising these things because you have been hoarding the money. Oh, Kia, Hyundai hasn't. Kia, you have been hoarding the money, and you have insufficient funds. You've been getting money for yourself. I don't know who you are, but really, you've been collecting money for yourself. You know, remember Stooge? If you, yeah, remember a Christmas Carol called a Christmas Carol maybe, where Scrooge basically steals all the money. I think you know that story, right? Someone might. I'm not trying to go after you too hard, but you know, someone should really notice that Kia has been not really been advertising that much, and even low on cars, and you know, it's not really good. Honestly, I don't know how Kia's been staying for this long. I mean, they're not selling that many cars, and they're still around. Maybe we should see the company and see what they're really doing with the money, because it's a money issue. It's especially a money issue. And you have been, I don't know, like you've been persecuting the employees for no good reason. They're not able to afford cars. Most of them are only able to afford used cars. Some of them, or many of them, are only able to afford bikes because they're just, you know, building parts. The designers, you know, they're not happy either because you have been abusing your power, Kia. So I guess that's all I have to say. Point on. Kia has been abusing money. Kia has been abusing the money of. Kia has been abusing the power to use money. Anyway, I'll be done now. Okay. Bye.